Good evening. I hope I find you well. We're going to sing our little couple of hymns, Faith of Our Fathers and Lady of Knock. Turned out not a bad day, thank God. Now, Faith of our fathers, living still in spite of dungeon, fire, and sword. Oh, how our hearts beat high with joy whene'er we hear that glorious word. Faith of our fathers, holy faith, we will be true to thee till death. We will be true to thee till death. Faith of our fathers, Mary's prayers shall win our country back to thee. And through the truth that comes from God, our land shall then indeed be free. Faith of our fathers, holy faith, we will be true to thee till death. We will be true to thee till death. I hope you like that. And I think my friend in Dundee liked it, Jim. Now, so we're going to sing another one, Lady of Knock. Here's our Lady of Knock. Say hello to our Lady of Knock. Our little saint, our little angel. There were people of all ages gathered round the gable wall, poor and humble men and women, and little children that you call. We are gathered here before you, and our hearts are just the same, filled with joy at such a vision, as we praise your name. Golden Rose, Queen of Ireland, all my cares and troubles cease, as we kneel with love before you, Lady of Knock, my Queen of Peace. Though your message was unspoken, still the truth in silence lies, as we gaze upon your vision, and the truth I try to find. Here I stand with John the teacher, and with Joseph at your side, and I see the Lamb of God on the altar glorified. Golden Rose, Queen of Ireland, all my cares and troubles cease, as we kneel with love before you, Lady of Knock, my Queen of Peace. Isn't that lovely? You couldn't ask for better there, could you? So let's talk. How did you fare out today, wherever you were? Well, I was up early enough and I was able to do my videos and to have my physiotherapy that I have every morning and then go to Mass. Wait, no, not Mass. I went to get the bus. I went to Dublin and go to confession in St. Teresa's Franciscan Church off Grafton Street. And I went on the Dart from Marlborough Street up to Stephen's Green. It's a long old walk, and not just as good as I was. So, anyways, I did that, and I got up to Stephen's Green, and then I went down and went into St. Teresa's Church, and there was quite a few number there waiting, going into confession. So I joined the throng and eventually got to confession and the master. And then a priest celebrated mass at 11 o'clock. So we were standing for that, and when we had to stand, and so on and so forth. So people were moving along, and then my turn came. And then I went, and I'd made out some little bit of a list of ones that I'd made a general confession years ago, but there was other items that I wanted to highlight, which I did, and taken full responsibility as well. Uh, Anna Maria, hi John. It's a beautiful day in Texas. 8 degrees today, and we were 28 last week. It's a crazy state. Isn't that marvelous? Yeah, Texas. Yeah, it was good to hear from you. We had not a bad day today, but 8 degrees was maximum. So you'd have to have your overcoat on and so on and so forth. But today, so off I went with the bus. Apparently the 26 bus is so slow, so I got one of these ones, C1 or C whatever but let's say off at O'Connell Street in Dublin, and so I walked across the street and went along the quay, Eden Quay, and turned off for Marlborough Street. I could see that the thing was they had these wires for the Lewis, this transit system that they have. And I take a bit of a nice walk down, and there was quite a number of people there. And when the dart did come, or not the dart, the Lewis, um, it was fairly full. But a girl got up and gave me her seat, which was very nice. I was only going to Stephen's Green, but it saved having to walk to it because I could walk down then and go to the church. It was handier. And I was able to go to the bathroom because you do. Funny enough, on the way, waiting for the bus, I was able to do the Chaplet of Mercy and say the Station of the Cross on the bus and finish it before I even got off. And so then I, as I say, went to confession and I confessed, but it was an Indian priest or, person like that. And I expected him to make some little remark about what I confessed, and he said nothing, which I thought was not good. I'm just mentioning this. And so he didn't even say the act of contrition, but I said it. Whether he said it or not, he didn't say it. I said the act of contrition, and then he did whatever he did, and he gave me absolution, and off I went. But I wasn't too happy with the approach. He gave me the penance then, which I did, said, and all the rest of it. And I said a few prayers for others that have gone before. I always look at the tabernacle and say, Jesus, I'm looking at you and you're looking at me, aren't you? And I'm lighting candles. I lit candles for those that have gone before. I put in €2, which was more than what it'd be, and put in the €2 for the poor. And then when I left, there was a woman outside on the ground over which I was going in. I went out, so I gave her €2. And then I went up the street for the wait for the dart going down. It goes down to Westmoreland Street where I can get off and get the bus. But so up to Daisy. So anyways, no sign of the bus. Oh yeah, when I went up to the top of the Grafton Street, there were singers, and they were very good. Two men and singing, quite a crowd around, and then I see the countries that were going to the United States, all countries in Europe, and here, there, and yonder, and they were quite good. And then one of them told a story, a story about looking after poor people, things like that. And so they're an Irish group and they were very good. And so I bought a couple of CDs, and they're only €20, and there's 3 in one and 2 in the other, or maybe 4 and 3 or something. And you got a nice bag as well. And I gave then the lad on the right hand side, a nice lad, signed the 2 CDs, and I had to go to the relieve myself in in the what the corporation or the council provides a kind of like a caravan type of thing, but there's toilets. And so back I went and I gave him one of my cards for the Christian TV, and I said, get a chance, you might look at some of the videos. And it gave me an idea the way my good friend Oliver and myself, we might be able to do something along those lines, what they were at with the equipment. And do produce a couple of CDs. So I talked to him about that during the week. He was giving me a call. He was going down to Kerry. He was going to go down on Saturday, but he got a bit of a turn. He's short of sugar. And when he took coke when he went home, he was hardly able to see. And he was all right, but he took it handy and said, don't do anything. Don't start doing anything. Just take it handy. And thank God that that you're safe. And go down when you're refreshed, probably Sunday or Monday. So Monday, I think you mentioned. But it just shows you. But I enjoyed those singing. And so then I got the Lewis then down to Westmoreland Street and I went across the road waiting for the 26 bus. Well, I could be waiting yet for all you know. I could have a whiskers on my face. This is before, this was 20 to 1 when I was down there. And I think it was even after that. So actually, I got a taxi, which cost me 17 euros because there's other regular buses, C1s and C2s, but they're down the quays and a bit further. So after waiting so long, it was browned off. I didn't want to wait any further. So 17 euros and given 20, so it wasn't too much. And so I got home. Anna Maria, bet you sleep well after walking so much. I understand it's very awkward when you make a confession and the priest says nothing. I always think to myself, did I shock him with what I said? Well, I don't think that, but perhaps that's the way he operates. But it's not a good way to operate. You need to say something, and so I wasn't too happy about it. So I probably do it when I visit Knock, and there's a different situation down there. You don't have the problem that you have in Dublin in that sense. But normally, like I'd like to see an Irish priest, quite frankly, no disrespect, because I don't think that's the way they'd handle it. They would say a few words and that kind of thing. So that's the way the cookie crumbles. And so I got home and we had a nice steak, courtesy of my friend Eamon. He had the cooking and that, and I just had one potato and then the vegetables and cleaned the plate and had a bit over for the birds, which I kind of chopped up a bit the steak, and out I went and put it in such a place as the smaller birds would get, not the big yolks. Even here, which is in inland, the seagulls. And they're a nuisance. Saw some people down the way throwing stuff up on a roof or something at their back. And a few people up the way. And they're really seagulls. It's a queer place. Now we're always at the sea. But then with the way what they did about the fishing boats, Out used to be full of fishing boats. They'd have me 3 or 4 abreast in the harbour. And they were, the fish was lovely. People used to come out and be able to get it. And but since we joined the EU, all that kind of thing apparently suffered. Whatever sort of ecology they were up to. But that's the way of the world, isn't it? So I think you're too warm over there in Texas. You probably have to have coolers or something. Cheery boy.